Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Austin Williams scores a 7th round KO, a very picturesque highlight reel KO over ARMEL MBUMBA-YASSA. And MBUMBA-YASSA came in with 10 wins, no draws, no defeats, 7 KOs. Austin Ammo Williams, 15 wins, 10 KOs, no draws, no defeats. Ammo is 6 foot tall, southpaw. We're talking middleweights here. He's from Houston, Texas. He's had his out of the ring problems, mental health issues. But he's come through it well, and he's beginning to really look like a contender now. Like, I mean, a major contender in the middleweight division. The middleweights are not that stacked at the moment. So I think Ammo pretty much is ready for a world title fight, or damn close to it. I mean, at 27, he's coming into his physical prime. He's got his man strength, and he showed a lot of talent in this fight. There's a couple of things that I thought were strange, which I'll get to in a moment. But against an undefeated opponent, 28-year-old MBUMBA-YASSA, guys from Germany, originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo, another southpaw. They're both southpaws. They said, MBUMBA-YASSA was listed as a southpaw, but he looked to me like he was orthodox at times. I don't know. He had a very sort of herky-jerky style, come forward. No way is he as refined and well-schooled as Austin Williams. Williams, very much a stand-up boxer. But Williams has got this weird habit. This is what I was alluding to a moment ago. He's got this weird habit of sort of skirting around the ring, almost like he's running. It's almost like, for example, in the first round, no problem. I thought Williams had a look at MBUMBA-YASSA. MBUMBA-YASSA came forward. There wasn't much in it. I gave the round to Williams. And then in the second round, he started sort of moving around the ring, the perimeter of the ring. And it was only in the third round when suddenly he started to plant his feet, and he was really aggressive. So he sort of went from one extreme to the other. And I don't really know why he does this sort of wasted movement. Having said that, for like a round and a half, the second round and the third round, and MBUMBA-YASSA was constantly moving forward, chasing him, but he wasn't throwing any punches. He wasn't doing anything. And Williams, once he'd decided he'd done enough of his little run around, he started to plant his feet. He started to really let his hands go, especially to the body. And there was another occasion when he started doing his little running track meet thing. But whenever he planted his feet, he was beating the guy up. Now, MBUMBA-YASSA wasn't by any means. He didn't seem that overawed. He'd come to win, and he was exchanging punches when he had the chance. And at times, he did land the odd pot shot on Williams. I don't know. Maybe Williams felt, all right, I need to sort of work out what I'm going to do. So I'll do a little run around. And then once he decided, okay, I've worked out what I'm going to do, he really put it on MBUMBA-YASSA, and he was able to push him back with these, very skillful, slick, well-schooled punches that very accurate, fast. And they had some serious weight on them. Well, when it got to the 6th round, MBUMBA-YASSA, it certainly in the 5th round, Ammo started to let his hands go and really started to plant his feet, beat up MBUMBA-YASSA in the second half of that round. And he carried this on into the 6th, which culminated in him just overwhelming MBUMBA-YASSA when he pushed him to the ropes. He was just letting his hands go. MBUMBA-YASSA didn't really go down from one punch. It was early in the round, but it was just an avalanche of punches. It was like he couldn't hold back the tide. So he gets up, and he doesn't look great. It looks like a lot of the fight's been knocked out of him. But he carries on. Again, at this point, Williams is being very aggressive, very proactive. Again, very accurate, quickens his feet up, gets in close. And MBUMBA-YASSA trying to move a little bit, but ultimately gets trapped on the ropes, gets beaten up again. He isn't floored for a second time in that round, but by the end of the round, it almost, at the end of the round, he was almost stopped. The referee was having a look, and then the bell went, and he goes back to his corner, and he looks You know, you were wondering whether he was coming out for the 7th round. Well, he did come out. And to be honest with you, for the first minute and a half, he did well. It was really surprising. You thought, okay, he's regrouped, he's got his head together. And again, Williams was moving, at times was moving a lot. And you thought he'd jump all over him, but he didn't. He was looking for the right sort of moment, I suppose. But he wasn't really doing much, Williams. It was, you know, it was almost like, okay, you know, I didn't get rid of him in the 6th round. I'll go back to my box and just, you know, work behind the jab. And, you know, when I decide to put my foot on the pedal, I'll do it. And then suddenly the fight was over. Do you know how it was over? It was over because, again, a very even round. I thought Williams was winning it, but not by a great deal. He hadn't really. Mbumba-YASSA had come back into the fight. And suddenly there was a beautifully timed backhand. Don't forget, southpaw backhand is your left hand. Zipped over, caught Mbumba-YASSA on the jaw, and he fell backwards under the bottom rope. I mean, very gamely, he tried to get up, but the referee had seen enough. He was really kind of out of it. He knew where he was, but his body wasn't really obeying his mind. And the referee stopped it. So it was a 7th round TKO for Austin Williams, ARMEL Williams. And like I say, when you consider the lack of depth in the middleweight division, I really think Williams is ready for a world title fight. Maybe 1 or 2 more fights just to give him a little bit more experience. But he looked good to me. He looks very, very good. It's just this weird habit he's got of moving so much. But when he plants his feet, and, you know, quickens them up and puts pressure, really sort of well-schooled pressure on an opponent. If he could do that consistently, it's going to be a tough man to beat because he really does fire beautifully accurate, fast, powerful punches. It's just that he seems to sort of nod off in certain rounds for periods of the round anyway, almost like he just, not disinterested, he's just sort of, you know, wandering around thinking, all right, yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, I could knock this guy out. I'll get around to that in a minute. All right, I suppose I should really start working now. All right then, you know. It's almost like that type of mentality. Stop, start. But he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. Williams is a good fighter and probably, you know, a world champion the weight in. So yeah, he's 16 wins now. No draws, no defeats. Probably looking at a world title. But anyway, what did you think? This was on the undercard of Conor Benn versus Peter Dobson. Let me know what you think. What do you think of ARMEL Williams? Do you think he's going to be a champ? Yeah, I personally do. If you don't agree, leave your comments below. If you do agree, brilliant. Thanks as always for your time. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the like button. And I'll read your comments and answer as many as I can. Thanks a lot. Bye for now. Take care.